So good morning students, we have finished about the estrogens in detail, seen the production of the synthesis of the estrogen, types of estrogen, their physiological functions, pharmacological actions, their therapeutic uses, adverse reactions and contraindications. Now we will see about the estrogen related drugs. First we will see about the estrogen antagonist. Now the estrogen antagonists are the clomiphene citrate and the fulvestrant. So let us see about the clomiphene citrate. Clomiphene citrate acts by inhibiting the action of the estrogen on the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. It decreases the negative feedback mechanism of the estrogen on the hypothalamus and pituitary, and so it increases FSH and LH secretion. Now you know that estrogen has a negative feedback mechanism. Now estrogen stimulates the estrogenic receptors on the hypothalamus and the pituitary, and so that there is a increase in the GnRH gonadotropin releasing hormone GnRH secretion from the hypothalamus, which will act on the anterior pituitary to release the FSH and LH. So these levels are this secretion of the gonadotropins are blocked or decreased by the negative feedback mechanism. Now when estrogen receptors are blocked, this negative feedback mechanism is abolished or blocked, and so there is a decrease in this negative feedback mechanism, and so there will be increase in the FSH and LH secretion, and this will lead to the ovulation. So clomiphene citrate acts in this way. Adverse effects are the multiple pregnancy. Now here you can see that estrogen has a negative feedback mechanism on the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. It acts on the hypothalamus and it decreases the GnRH production released from the hypothalamus. Indirectly it will GnRH will inhibit the LH and FSH secretion. So this is a negative feedback mechanism. Now when this negative feedback mechanism is blocked by the clomiphene citrate, by blocking the estrogenic receptors on the hypothalamus, and so there will be increase in the LH and FSH secretion, and there will be ovulation. So in this slide you can see that clomiphene citrate blocks the estrogen receptors in the hypothalamus. Estrogen negative feedback mechanism is inhibited. So what happens after this? Hypothalamus perceives an apparent deficiency of the estrogen and releases gonadotropin releasing hormone, which stimulates the anterior pituitary to increase secretion of the FSH and LH. Because there is no negative feedback mechanism, and that's why there is a hypothalamus perceives that there is a deficiency of estrogen. So in deficiency what will happen? There will be increased release of the GnRH, and which will act on the anterior pituitary to release more FSH and LH. Increase in FSH causes increased follicle development and increased release of the estrogen. Hypothalamus senses this and results in positive feedback on the SERS center. Which SERS center? LH SERS center. So estrogen positive feedback mechanism of the estrogen or high level of estrogen is required for the LH surge. So this is the estrogen is required for the LH surge, and this occurs because hypothalamus senses that estrogen is there and results in a positive feedback mechanism on the LH surge, and so there will be LH surge and ovulation. So in this way the clomiphene citrate acts by causing increase in the FSH and LH surge, which indirectly causes increase in the circulating estrogen, and then there will be LH surge and there will be ovulation. So ovulation, final action is the ovulation. So ovulation takes place by the clomiphene citrate by inhibiting the or blocking the negative feedback mechanism of the estrogen, by blocking the estrogen receptors on the hypothalamus. So here also it is shown that the clomiphene citrate blocks the negative feedback mechanism of the estradiol on the hypothalamus and on the pituitary, and so there will be increased GnRH release from the hypothalamus, FSH LH release from the pituitary, which will act on the testicles to release the testosterone, and there will be spermatogenesis. So this is seen in the males. So clomiphene citrate is a fertility pill. It is a pure estrogen antagonist in all the human tissues. It blocks estrogen receptors Mechanism of action, it induces gonadotrophin secretion by blocking the estrogenic feedback mechanism, by blocking the estrogenic receptors on the hypothalamus and anterior pituitary. So the estrogenic negative feedback inhibition is blocked, and so there is a more secretion of FSH and LH leading to the ovulation. It is used in women with unexplained infertility or anovulatory cycles. It binds to both alpha and beta receptor, that is estrogen alpha and estrogen beta receptors, blocks estrogenic feedback inhibition of pituitary and induces gonadotrophin secretion. Increase in amount of secretion of the FSH and LH at each secretory pulse is there. Creates favorable atmosphere, that is ovarian stimulation for the ovulation in ovaries. Peripherally also it will block all the estrogen receptors, and that's why there is a hot flushes is a side effect of the clomiphene citrate. Now here you can see that clomiphene citrate is a weak synthetic estrogen. It is a estrogen antagonist, and it mimics the activity of an estrogen antagonist when given at typical pharmacological doses for the induction of ovulation. It is cleared through the liver and excreted into the stool with 85% clearance in 6 days. A functional hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis is required for the appropriate action of the clomiphene citrate. Now coming to the uses and dose of the clomiphene citrate. The dose is 50 mg once a day, given in cyclical therapy from 5th day onwards for 5 days. It can be started from the 2nd day also of the menstrual cycle, and it is given for 5 days, 50 mg once a day. It should be continued for 2 to 3 cycles. Generally conception occurs for within 4 to 6 cycles. If there is no ovulation, then you have to increase the dose up to 100. You have to double the dose. Anti-estrogenic effect may modify the developing follicle and the endometrial and the cervical secretion, and there can be this failure of the clomiphene citrate can be because of the luteal phase dysfunction. So there can be luteal phase dysfunction, and that can lead to the failure of the clomiphene citrate. So at the end of the cycle, generally addition of the human chorionic gonadotrophins and the menotrophins can be added to the last 2 days of the course, can improve the success rate. So the anti-estrogenic effect of the clomiphene citrate may be seen on the developing follicle or on the endometrium or on the cervical secretion, and that can be leading to the failure of the treatment with the clomiphene citrate. So causes of failure are these anti-estrogenic effect of the clomiphene citrate, generalized anti-estrogenic effect and luteal phase dysfunction, and this failure can be minimized by adding menotropins or chorionic gonadotrophins. Human chorionic gonadotrophins can be added in the last 2 days of the cycle. So how many cycles you have to give? 6 cycles should be given, and generally ovulation occurs within 1 or 2 cycles. So in the first 2 cycles there can be ovulation, and there can be conception also. If there is no conception, you can double the dose, and it can be continued for the next 6 cycles. Now adverse effects of the clomiphene citrate: there can be polycystic ovaries, multiple pregnancies, hot flushes, gastric upset, vertigo, allergic dermatitis, ovarian cancer can be there. So there is a risk of the ovarian tumor. So other uses of the clomiphene citrate are the assisted reproduction or to aid in vitro fertilization, then artificial insemination, and oligozoospermia. In oligozoospermia, which is a male infertility, it is given in the dose of 25 mg 1 OD for 24 days in a month with 6 days rest. Up to 6 months has been recommended. So you have to give up to 6 months, and there should be 6 days rest every month. So 25 milligram daily for 24 days should be given. So here you can see the male reproductive hormonal axis. Estradiol has a negative feedback mechanism on the hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary, and this is blocked by the clomiphene citrate. So there is a increased GnRH and LH and FSH production by the hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary. This LH and FSH acts on the testicles, and that can lead to the spermatogenesis. So this is seen in the male how clomiphene citrate can be effective in the male infertility. Now here you can see the role of clomiphene in male infertility. Clomiphene citrate influences spermatogenesis and improves semen quality. So here you can see that the hypothalamus releases GnRH, which acts on the pituitary to release FSH and LH, which acts on the testes to cause spermatogenesis, and there is also estradiol secretion and testosterone, which have a negative feedback mechanism. And this negative feedback mechanism of the estradiol is inhibited, and so there is a more secretion of the GnRH from the hypothalamus and LH and FSH from the pituitary, leading to the spermatogenesis and the secretion of the testosterone. So in this slide it is shown that the clomiphene citrate binds to the hypothalamic receptors and blocks the hypothalamic receptors, and there is now no negative feedback mechanism of the estrogen, and so there is increased GnRH release, which will lead to the increased FSH and LH release from the ovary, from the pituitary, which will act on the ovary and cause folliculogenesis. So there is a ovulation. Clomiphene citrate also blocks the estrogenic receptors on the cervix and the vagina and on the endometrium. So there will be thickening of the cervical secretions, and there can be loss of proliferative effect of the estrogen on the endometrium. So endometrium will become thin instead of thickening of the endometrium, it will become a thin. So this will thinning of the endometrium is seen, and the cervical secretions become thick. So opposite effects to that of the estrogens will be seen. Overall anti-estrogenic effect of the clomiphene citrate. So here you can see that anti-estrogenic effects of clomiphene citrate are seen. Clomiphene citrate blocks the estrogenic receptors on the hypothalamus, pituitary, on the endometrium and on the cervical mucus. When it blocks on the hypothalamus and pituitary, there is ovulation. Now because of the generalized anti-estrogenic effect, it will contribute to the reduced pregnancy rates. So why there is reduced pregnancy rate with the clomiphene citrate? Because it has anti-estrogenic effect on the endometrium, on the cervix. So endometrium thickness will be reduced, reduction in the glandular density of the endometrium, decrease in the uterine blood flow during the luteal phase, change in the quantity and quality of the mucus. Cervical mucus becomes thick instead of thinning, and there is also miscarriage. So this can be seen with the clomiphene citrate, and hence there is a failure rate with the clomiphene citrate. More failures rate is seen with the clomiphene citrate. So here in this slide it is shown the how many cycles and how much dose should be given. So clomiphene citrate typical initial dosing is start with 50 mg once daily for 5 days in the first cycle. You can start on the 5th day or the 2nd day of the menstrual cycle. Some clinicians prefer on the 2nd or 3rd day. Ovulation typically occurs after 5 to 12 days after the 5th dose is taken. If ovulation is documented but pregnancy does not occur, the same dose is continued in the future cycles. If ovulation does not occur, then dose is increased by 50 milligram with each subsequent cycle. Maximum dose 100 milligram per day or up to 200 milligram have been described in the literature. 250 milligram have been described in the literature. If daily doses of 150 milligram are not successful, then alternative treatment should be given. So generally the maximum cycles are 6 cycles for the clomiphene citrate. If in 6 cycles there is no ovulation and there is no pregnancy, you have to give alternative drug for the treatment of infertility. Now coming to the failure of the clomiphene citrate. Now what is clomiphene citrate failure? No pregnancy despite ovulation with clomiphene citrate, that is known as failure of clomiphene citrate. Causes: long half-life of the clomiphene citrate and peripheral anti-estrogenic effect on the endometrium and on the cervical mucus. Low fertilization rate, variable implantation rate and deficient corpus luteum function. So we have seen that the anti-estrogenic effects of the clomiphene citrate on the developing follicle, endometrium and cervical mucus